Breaking news. It's Emily reporting from 17 News. Today we will be discussing the Prometheus bound and its history. Here's Namiria live from Aeschylus.
Namir Rotani here, reporting live from Aeschylus, which is actually the birthplace of Aeschylus. This place was also known for its mystical rituals to the earth goddess Demeter. We go to Via Danon to ask her some questions.
Namiria, good to be here. I heard you needed help with something.
Yes, actually, so we were wondering who Dionysus was and how he or she relates to this story about Aeschylus.
Oh, that's easy. Dionysus, also known as the god of wine and drama, appeared in Aeschylus' dream. He told him to write tragedies, and that's exactly what he did. Emily actually knows a little bit more about that topic. Let's ask her.
Emily, can you please tell us a little bit about Aeschylus?
Yeah, no problem. Aeschylus was known as the father of tragedy. He was once sent as a child to watch grapes ripen in the countryside. When he fell asleep, though, Dionysus appeared in his dream and commanded him to write tragedies. So Aeschylus began writing about the tragedies. The next morning, he succeeded. As far as invitations to theatrical plays go, Aeschylus tried to incorporate more actors into his plays and tried to get the chorus directly involved in the storyline rather than just having them exchange dialogue. He addressed eradicate religious problems.
Thanks, Emily. Avia, did you know all this?
Oh, actually, I didn't know about this, but let's see what kind of theater performances he created. Well, there used to be a lot, like over 80 of them, but they all got lost over time, and now we only know about 8 of them. Oh, that's sad. Well, what were the 8 we know of called? I actually know this one. His most popular one was the Prometheus bound, which is what we have been talking about. It's about Prometheus and how he tried to help the humans because he believed that Zeus was a very selfish man who wanted to kill the humans for his own benefit, and no one else's. Well, I agree with Prometheus. Zeus sounds like a very selfish man. Okay, moving on to the next topic. What are the other characters in the story?
Actually, me and Navia were talking about this earlier. The character's future in the story is Prometheus, who is the god of fire and the supreme trickster. Zeus, who is the god of the sky and also most powerful being. I actually forgot about the other ones. Let's go to Avia and she can finish it up.
Hey Namira, so there's also Lo, who is a mortal princess and Zeus' lover. Oceanus, who is the Titan god of oceans, dreams, and Kratos, who is the divine personification of strength and power. Wait, I thought the mortal princess's name was Io, not Lo. That's where people get confused. We are referring to the original story written by Aeschylus himself. Io is a mortal princess of the comic version by Elias Rosen.
I was going to ask the same thing.
Well, now you don't need to.
Thanks, Avia.
Okay, well, there's a few more things that we need to discuss while we are here. There is 3 different symbols, one being fire, chains, and the liver. What do these mean? Well, the chain is when Aeschylus is chained up to a big rock. The liver is when the eagle comes and eats at his liver every day, over and over and over. Fire is the reason that Aeschylus is chained up to the rock, getting his liver eaten by an eagle over and over. In Prometheus Bound, there are 4 different themes. The first one is power versus reason. Power and reason are often seen as opposing forces, as power is often associated with brute strength and irrationality, while reason is associated with logic and rationality. The two can be seen as complementary forces, as power can be used to enact reasonable decisions, and reason can be used to ensure that those powers are using their authority responsibility. Ultimately, the balance between power and reason depends on its context, as different situations may require more emphasis on one aspect than another. In the story, Prometheus Bound, the power is Zeus, who has all the power and control, while the reason is Prometheus, because he has the logic and doesn't want humans to be destroyed just because Zeus is extremely selfish. Prometheus is smart and enough and realizes and he wants to help the humans even though they are an entirely different species. The second one is suffering, compassion, and hope. Suffering is an inevitable part of life, but it can also be difficult to cope with it. Compassion can be a powerful tool to help us make sense of our suffering and gain strength to endure it. Ultimately, suffering can be a difficult and painful experience, but with compassion and hope, we can find ways to cope with it and even grow from it. Prometheus is suffering through pain by being chained to a rock, but he survived. Freedom and confinement is the third one. Freedom and confinement is a theme that explores the idea of being free and how it is often challenged by confinement, such as in jails and prisons, or by social or cultural expectations. It also looks at how freedom and confinement can be explored in literature and art, as well as in interpersonal relationships. It can also be used to look at the effects of living in a society that restricts freedom, such as authoritarianism, rigisms, or to look at how freedom can be used to challenge existing power structures. We also have creator, art, and sacrifice. Creator, art, and sacrifice is a theme that explores the relationship between the artist, their art, and the sacrifices that they make in order to create meaningful work. It examines the creative process and struggles faced by the artist's pursuit of their own creative visions. It also looks at the personal and spiritual sacrifices that an artist must make in order to achieve their artistic goals. Finally, it celebrates the dedication and commitment of the artist into their craft and the positive impact that it may have on the society.